Good morning, everyone, especially to our professor, sir. Today, as you can see on the screen, my topic is all about commercial law and legal ethics law. The first one, the commercial law. What is a commercial law? You might be wondering what is commercial law all about. Commercial law is a particular branch of a private law, a broad term for a range of a legal services designed to support businesses in making money from their products and services. Comprises the whole set of rules related to trade and sales, which aims to regulate and accompany the dynamics of exchange of goods and services, and that is, and the commercial acts contemplated in the law as well as the legal implications arise from they. In other words, commercial law ensures the correct development of economic activity and establishes the framework for the intervention of public powers if necessary, as in the case of a consumer protection. The financial system in a particular is a heavily guarded, give the huge sums of money it mobilizes, and this type of law has to do with the relationship between them and their clientele, between sellers and buyers, and even with the mechanism to found a company or open a business. Ang legal na industriya na kung saan ay isang set ng mga tiyak na regulasyon at mga batas na namamahala. Ang kontrolin ang lahat ng uri ng mga gawain sa negosyo, pati na rin ang malalapit na nauugnay sa kanya. Iba pang mga relasyon, kabilang ang mga di-commercial na likas na katangian na kung saan ay lubos na mahalaga sa kasalukuyan kondisyon ng libreng merkado. Ang mabilis na pang-ekonomiyang pag-unlad at pang-industriyang pag-unlad. Sa commercial law ay namamahalagi sa isa sa mga pangunahing mga social function upang masigurado ang pang-ekonomiya at pang-politikang katatagan sa lipunan. And characteristic of a commercial law. Commercial law considered as follows. The first one, it is a professional right. That is a concern the specific thread of a professional sector, commercial and businesses. He is individualistic. Well, it does not usually consider the transaction in which the public powers intervene, but rather focuses on a private law. The second one, it is a customary. Since it is based on the commercial tradition of the countries, it is a progressive, as it is updated as the conditions of the business years change. And last, it is a global or internationalized, since it goes beyond national borders and also regulate international commercial transactions between individual or transnational companies. Importance of a commercial law. Commercial law is a key branch of the legal services that pursue justice and economic equity and combat corruption and economic crime by setting clear and normative rules for all commercial acts. In the next slide, common legal issues in a commercial law. The most common among them is the violation of a contracts. Malalaman natin sa mga susunod na slide. In addition to contract issues, common commercial law legal issues include advertising and marketing dispute and violations. Ito yung mga alitan. Unfair competitions issues. Ito yung may mga pangdaraya na nagaganap. Starting a new business. Ito yung nagsisimula pa lang tayo. May nalalabag talaga tayo. But bago tayo pumasok sa mundo ng mga business, kailangan handa tayo. And transferring or terminating a business, consumer compliant, hindi talaga ito mawawala, protection of intellectual property and trade secrets. Ano nga ba ang trade secrets? Ang intellectual property ay malalaman natin, pero mamaya. Pero ang trade secrets, ano nga ba? Familiar ba tayo sa formula ng Coca-Cola? Na nasa bowl pa na never pa na-rebuild. ang KFC recipe ng chicken nila o ang burger ng McDo. Yun ang trade secrets na iilan lamang ang nakakaalam. And the next slide, commercial law is subdivided into the following specialized branches. And the first one, the contract law. Contract law regulates the formation and enforcement of a contract. It sets out the essential elements of a valid contract and remedies available to parties in the case of a breach of a contract. Last discussion na pag-usapan natin kung gaano kahalaga ang kontrata sa lahat ng aspeto ng buhay. Kapag ikaw ay bibili ng isang property or mga agreement, kailangan talaga ng kontrata at higit sa lahat, kailangan ng third party or witness. Contract law serves as your protection in every legal agreement you make in life. Contract law make this agreement enforceable, which usually means that it gives the party the power to compensate and obtain money damages caused by the other party due to a breach of a contract. The contract itself creates an obligations or duties to do and rules to follow by both parties if either of the party fails to follow the agreement. Remedies can be provided by law if the contract is illegal has essential requirements. In the business society, you never know what the other party is thinking or planning. It may be most of the time good, but sometimes you can avoid people who will try and trick you for their advantage. And the next slide, property law. Property law, this law governs the transactions pertaining to different types of property, although it mainly includes sales, transfer, lease, and a rental of immovable property, and also covers within its ambit billment of movable property. Ang property law, ito yung mga ari-arian, mga bagay-bagay na mga hindi mo nadadala o madadala. Sales. Ito yung pagbebenta, transfer. One example of this is when a property owner gives someone an easement to get to another piece of property. Transferring ownership entirely is another option, and it means giving up all a basic right. And another example, kung ikaw ay may ipapamana sa mga anak mo, kailangan talaga mahati-hati mo na yan sila at bawat isa ay may mga titulo na. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, yan ang number one na away, lalo na sa magkakapatid, lalo na sa mga reunion, at minsan humahantong pa sa patayan. And the next one, banking law, the one who regulates the exercise of bank and other similar financial entities. And the main purpose of bank regulation is to protect consumer and ensure the stability of financial system and prevent crime. Bank also play a central role in the transmission in monetary policy, one of the government most important tools for achieving economic growth without inflation. Next, bankruptcy law is a legal process where you are declared unable to pay your debts. It can release you from most debts, provide relief, and allow you to make a fresh start, and you can enter into a voluntary bankruptcy. The purpose of bankruptcy is to give debtors a financial fresh start from burdensome debts. The next, exchange law, linked with the regulation of securities, shares, and investment. Maritime law, the one that regulates the exchange of goods and services between countries. And today, maritime law is considered as extremely vital for any type of occurrence on open water. Maritime laws are of extreme value and significance for governments, corporations, and individuals. They are the law which ensure the appropriate behavior of people and organization. Example ang cargo or balikbayan ng mga OFW. Business regulations. This set of law covers government rules and regulation for business, organizations, factories, trade unions, and labor. Major types of business regulations: taxes, labor, employment, antitrust, advertising, environmental regulations, privacy, and license. Corporate law, also known as a company law. Corporate law deals with the formation, management, and termination of corporations. It sets out legal provisions for issues such as the election of directors, raising of capital, prevention of insider trading, distribution of dividends, redemptions of shares, and mergers and acquisition. Marami akong nakikita na nalilito daw. Ano daw ang pinagkaiba ng corporate law at commercial law? The corporate law deal with the day-to-day issues business may face. They deal with the progressions of businesses. So expanding, growth, therefore they may be involved with the things like mergers and acquisitions. However, commercial law deal with the any day-to-day issues a business may face, so they can involve areas like real estate and negotiating contract for a client, dealing with the litigations for a client. Intellectual property law. This is an umbrella law that provides for patenting or inventions and copyright of creative work. Laws to protect enforcement, a right of the creators and owners to inventions, writing, music, design, and other works. Should I hire a commercial lawyer? Why? Here are 4 reasons why you should hire a commercial lawyer. Number 1, they are expert in business law and litigation. Commercial lawyers are not only there to minimize damage after you made in the wrong way, being able to consult with the legal profession about employment, investment, acquisition. They will fight on your behalf. The commercial lawyer that you hire will be on your side, that no matter what happened, they will ensure that you don't cross the line of legality in all aspects of the business. Number 3, they will lay out all your options. A commercial lawyer will ensure that every alternative you can choose is hand out in front of you. They will explain different approaches, legal interpretations, and small detail in a simple manner that you can understand. And number 4, they will interpret the legal jargon. With a commercial lawyer on your side, you will be able to wade through all the jargon and ensure that understand in every detail of the case. Last, Philippine Commercial Law, isa lamang ang aking babanggitin. Ito ang the Price Act, Republic Act number 7581, May 27, 1992. An act providing protection to consumers by stabilizing the prices of basic necessities and prime commodities and by prescribing measures against undue price and increases during emergency situations like occasions. Ito yung pag tuwing may mga bagyo or nung pandemic or kasagsagan ng pandemic, grabe ang taas ng mga presyo. Naalala ko pa, nagkaroon ng panic buying sa alcohol, sa gamot, sa face shield, at sa mask. Dati nakabili ako ng mask na 50 pesos na ngayon ay 5 na lamang. Ngayon naman ay mapag-uusapan natin ang legal ethics law. Para kanino, para saan, at gaano to kaimportante. Legal ethics law. Principles of a conduct that members of the legal professional are expected to observe in their practice. They are an outgrowth of the development of the legal profession itself. The legal profession also has a principles of conduct governing it and its practitioners. Additionally, a code of conduct would help maintain the dignity of the profession while keeping the professional grounded. May mga pagkakataon na hindi inaasahan mga circumstances while nagjo-duty. During such tense moment, a legal professions must reach into his conscience and find the touchstone to guide his decision. And what is ethics? Ethics are principles and values which, together with rules of conduct and laws, regulate a profession such as the legal profession. They act as an important guide to ensure the right and proper conduct in the daily practice of the law. Areas covered by ethical standard include independence, honesty, and integrity. It is difficult for a lawyer to protect the interests of their client if they are subject to interference from others, especially those in power. Therefore, independence is a key to providing unbiased advice and representation to a client. Lawyers must also maintain the highest standard of honesty, integrity, and fairness towards the client, the court, other lawyers, and members of the public. And lawyers client relationship. The lawyer and a client relationship has several aspects to it. Client care, treat the client fairly in a manner which protects their interests. Confidentiality, our established principle of ethics for the legal profession is that of legal professional privilege. Lawyers have a duty to keep affairs of the client confidential, and the circumstances that they are able to disclose client information is strictly limited. Client money, Bar Association will develop codes and rules relating to professional conduct, often include very detailed provisions relating to a lawyer's or law firm's account. Most importantly, money received from a client or client must be held separately from office money. And the principle of fairness should govern the fees that a lawyer charge is his or her client. Lawyers, as an advocate, lawyers are officers to the court and therefore owe duties to the court, not to mislead the court or may be complicit in misleading the court, present and conduct the client care in a timely manner. And last, human rights. State and professional associations of lawyers shall promote programs to inform the public about their rights and duties under the law. An important rule of lawyers is in protecting their fundamental rights and freedoms. Some important concept under the legal ethics. Notary public, it is appointed by the court whose duty is to the genuineness of any deed or writing in order to render them available as evidence of facts stated therein, who is authorized by the statute to administer various oaths. The notary is a professional that can aid you with non-contentious legal concern essential. They can help you with the legal matters that don't require court representation. The main difference between a notary public and lawyer is that the lawyer can represent you in a court and deal with the contentious. And notary public can help with a wide variety of legal matters, through they are most commonly known for notarizing documents. And the next, quantum meruit, it means as much as he deserves. It is used as a basis to determining the lawyer professional fit in the absence of a contract. It is an equitable remedy in a civil lawsuit, often where the transaction for goods or services was done without a written contract and specifying the amount due. And then next, practice of law, any activity in or out of court which requires the application of law, legal procedure, knowledge, training, and experience. To engage in the practice of law is to give notice or render any kind of service, which are a device or service require the use in any degree of legal knowledge or skill, according to Cayetano V. Monsod 201 SCRA 210. The practice of law is not a business. It is a profession in which duty to public to service not primary consideration. The practice of law is a privilege burdened with a condition. adherence to the rigid standards of mental fitness, maintenance of the highest degree of morality, and faithful compliance with the rules of the legal profession are the continuing requirements for enjoying the privilege to practice law. And terms to know, the first one, commingling, act of mingling funds of one's beneficiary, client, employer, or ward with his or her own funds, generally considered a breach of the attorney's fiduciary responsibility. Ito yung the act of mixing funds together. Si client at si attorney pinaghaloy ang funds nila. Ito yung pinapa-avoid ng Bar Association kasi marami ng kaso nito. Ito ang pinaka-most common violation ng legal ethics law. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi mo alam kung kanino mapupunta yung funds at kanino talaga ang may-ari ng funds na yon. And the next one, fiduciary. One often is a position of authority who obligates himself to act on behalf of another as in managing money or property and assumes a duty to act in a good faith and with care, candor, and loyalty in fulfilling the obligation. Involve ang trust dito. Ito yung pinagkatiwala mo sa attorney mo, yung property mo o money mo. Isa rin to sa common violation ng legal ethics law. And the next one, legal malpractice. Although these claims are very difficult to prove, lawyers may be sued if no reasonable attorney would have made the same errors and those errors cause injury. Ang legal malpractice ang number one na common na violation ng legal ethics law. Ang legal malpractice, similar to medical malpractice. Legal malpractice occurs when a lawyer doesn't do what they are supposed to do, and their error hurts their client, and lawyers have a duty to follow certain standard of ethical and professional conduct. When they fail to follow those standards, they can be sued for legal malpractice. Yet, it is not as simple as saying, my attorney didn't work hard enough to win my case. You must be able to show that your attorney didn't do what they're supposed to do according to their profession's rules. And Code of Professional Responsibility. The Code of Professional Responsibility establishes the norms of conduct and ethical standards, and the legal progression, and the court must not shirk from its duty to ensure that all lawyers live up to its provision. Code of Professional Responsibility, Canon 1, a lawyer should assist in maintaining the integrity and competence of the legal profession. Canon 2, a lawyer should assess the legal profession in fulfilling its duty to make legal counsel available. Canon 3, a lawyer should assess in preventing the unauthorized practice of law. Canon 4, a lawyer should preserve the confidence and secrets of a client. Canon 5, a lawyer should exercise independent professional judgment on behalf of a client. Canon 6, a lawyer should represent a client completely. Canon 7, a lawyer should represent a client zealously within the bounds of the law. Canon 8, a lawyer should assist improving the legal system. And Canon 9, a lawyer should avoid the appearance of professional impropriety. And bago tayo magtapos, may kailangan tayong sagutin. Ito yung pinaka-common na tanong na palaging na-associate sa legal ethics. Ito yung tanong na, why do lawyers need to defend even the worst criminal? Matatawag ba nating mga immorality ang mga lawyer? Walang moralidad? Bakit nga ba? Ito'y ating sasagutin. Kung hindi nyo napanood yung defend episode ng Too Good To Be True, yung tinanong ni Attorney Roma si Mr. Borja, yun ay si Daniel Padilla. Ito ang sagot ni Mr. Borja sa tanong na, why do lawyers need to defend even the worst criminal? Because, as officers of the court, it's not our place to judge kung guilty or not guilty ang isang tao. Korte lang ang pwedeng gumawa nun. Ang trabaho ng abogado ay ang bantayan at ipaglaban ang constitutional rights ng akusado. Dahil karapatan ng bawat akusado, inosente man or hindi, na ipagtanggol ang kanyang sarili. Another reasons that lawyers can defend people regardless of guilt in that our society give each citizens the right to be vigorously defended in the court of law. Lahat tayo ay may karapatan na ipaglaban at depensahan ang ating sarili sa korte. And lawyers are bound to deliver this legal right to their clients. Kung babalikan natin ang Code of Responsibility, according to Canyon 7, a defense lawyer duty to his client is to represent his client zealously within the bounds of the law. Because of his inclusion in a profession whose goal is to assist members of the public to secure and protect available legal rights and benefits.